New Year's Day tradition is almost here, and volunteers in California are hard at work putting the finishing touches on the main attractions, the floats. The annual Tournament of Roses parade is Thursday, and hundreds of men and women are transforming the floats into masterpieces. It's going to take about 7,000 hours decorating the floats using all sorts of edible items, and once it's all done, the works of art will parade down the streets of Pasadena, California on New Year's Day. Remember, you can watch the Tournament of Roses parade Thursday morning at 11 o'clock right here on RTV6. And while you're watching Thursday, keep a close eye out for a central Indiana woman. Julia Rieger of New Palestine will be riding on the Donate Life float. She is a two-time organ donation recipient. Tonight, Indiana Donate Life and Indiana Organ Procurement Organization held a send-off dinner for her before she leaves for California. RTV6 reporter Ebony Monet joining us live downtown with much more on her touching story. Ebony?
Drew, tonight's dinner was not only a send-off, but it was also a thank you to the more than 100 volunteers and the donors families. This is a send-off the night before Julia Rieger and her husband take their first trip in 30 years.
To be able to go on this trip and honor those donors and those families that have been generous and thought of other people in their time of grief is just amazing to me.
On New Year's Day, Rieger will ride atop the Donate Life float in the Rose Bowl Parade in Pasadena, California. The mother of two is a two-time organ donation recipient who says she thanks her donors every day.
Pretty much every minute of the day, because I truly cherish everything that I do, because there were so many days of not lifting my head off the pillow because I was so sick.
Lynn Livingston can relate. She was diagnosed with the same rare liver disease in 2000 and waited 8 years for a donor.
It was hard. My kids were elementary, well, junior high and high school, and I couldn't do anything for them. I finally faced it. I had to give it to God.
Livingston carried an 8x10 with her donor's picture for the emotional 5.5-mile ride in 2012.
People were crying. They were yelling out for us, holding up signs.
These survivors say they're thankful for the chance to watch their children grow up. Now they're volunteering and working to raise awareness of the message behind this year's never-ending story float theme, telling others how the gift of organ and tissue donations has the power to transform lives.
I just ask that families have the conversation and think, what would I do? What would I want done if something were to happen to me? And you can make someone's other life a never-ending story.
The group is set to fly out tomorrow morning just before 7 o'clock, headed to Pasadena, California, and also going along with them is the family of Kelsey Michael, also from Indiana. They donated her organs when the 16-year-old passed away about 10 years ago. Reporting live downtown, Ebony Monet, RTV6.
Great story, Ebony. Thanks for sharing that. In Indiana, there are more than 1,500 people waiting for an organ transplant. And every day, 18 people across the nation die waiting for a transplant. Donating is a legal decision that experts say should be discussed with your family.